Right. Who's besieging me? Oh, that's going to be the... Yeah, it's not my imagination, right? But that's a really weak garrison. It's like before the patch, it's like it would have been a lot... And I'm pretty sure you'll find there's no high tier units there at all. I feel like they've changed it in the patch. I think they've changed it too much. I've only had Skaven Rebellion since the patch though, I think. Apart from that one over there, but I destroyed it fairly early on. Oh, I think that's the last of our research as well. I'm going to have to pick a dynasty to go for next, which... I don't know. Oh... You're actually... Oh, I can auto-resolve this.
To war for Nehekara!
Now, that's not going to end my...
Release them.
I wonder if that's going to restart the recruitment. I know if obviously if I move out it will. Oh no, they're still recruiting. Oh, wiped them out as well. Cool. Okay. No problem. Excellent, so I've still got just a turn. Oh, but I didn't... They would have been ready this turn. Ah, that's a shame. That's a shame. So we lost a turn. Well, for recruitment there. Would they have been ready this turn? I swear they were up at... No, I don't know. At 2 turns last turn. Anyway.
On your knees.
Oh, yep, you're getting the skull.
Desert to sea.
Oh, Dragon Helm. Yeah. I mean, I think Dragon Helm's really good because we've got weakness to fire, so having fire resistance will help counter that. But
Voyage.
I mean, until we come up against some fire wizards, it's not that much of a big deal. Or so I'm tending to find anyway. So let's have a look at this guy. I don't think he's going to be in range of another skull. Oh, that's close. It would have been nice to have picked up 2 skulls in a turn. Not that I particularly have anything to spend them on just yet. I'm really more waiting. Well, I mean, there's always something to spend it on. But, you know, as far as the 10k buildings and stuff go. Yep, let's do with my lords first. Oh, they are going to have another army over there. Oh, was that the one that was in the sea? I thought they were going to... Oh, no. I think they just had multiple armies. I'm going to have to go up there at some point. I got... Oh, who are you?
Lord of the Glade.
Hunters of Kurnos. You
Not since
just
the coming
appeared.
of Morga has Athel Lauren been so tainted.
You're nowhere near Athel Lauren. Shut up. Taint yourself. They need to change this actually, because I feel like that's a generic kind of slow against vampires, and it makes sense because they spread corruption. I feel like they cheat and they're like, oh, let's just have the same responses that they have for the vampires, but you know, Tomb Kings are very different. They don't spread corruption. They're not, and that's not what they aim to do. Sorry, I just saw
What?
saw somebody I could trade with, but no, nobody likes me. Nobody likes me. Who likes me the most out of the people I might potentially trade with? Oh, still Clan Wars. Nobody's really changed. You're still going down, still going down to minus 14. Oh, pressing the wrong button. I pressed the rotate button, didn't I?
Asap smiles.
Iron, can you... Where's the border of the territory? Oh, that's a funny border, isn't it? That gets us into the next territory, but that's not my territory. That's the Orcs. That's Itz's territory. Oh, that might be good enough for the extra replenishment. Why did I I lost another unit. Why did I lose another unit? I know I stupidly deleted the 2 units I shouldn't have bothered deleting. One, two, three, four, five, six. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, of course I lost Tomb Guard. In that case, I probably won't bother bringing one back. I don't know. We'll see. I'll try and get something else instead of a Tomb Guard to replace that. Something cooler, but at the same time, oh, that's a good reason. I don't know what anybody know what the base chance for ambushes is, because I'm sure it's different depending on what faction you are. So I don't know what Khalida's base one is, because she does get some bonuses already. Where is it? Plus 20% and plus 10% defense. Because at the moment she's getting 100% here from everywhere. I mean, the real question is like at any point, if we want to make sure she's kind of going to have the most with the ambush and chance, like maybe just get an extra 5% off this guy is better than making our way down the skill tree that's on hers. We won't go for it just yet anyway, but it's something to think about. Let's just buff up these ones for now. Make these ones cheaper. So is that the upgraded time warp would then only be 12. I see a lot of people in Let's Plays don't bother going with, I don't know about a lot of people, but some of the ones I've watched don't bother going in the first one, but I've had on Vampires campaign, if you want to make somebody really good, it really does add up. Those little, you know, if you cause, I don't know, if you're, especially if you're using a Lord, and the army is very much focused around the magic. I just find those little bits make a huge difference. Let's
We do not tire.
I don't know if we get any extra replenishment in our own territory. No, we got slightly less actually, but we can now recruit this. Oh, we can recruit these again actually. I'm not going to put them in this army. I don't know what makes this Necrosphinx so special, except I can recruit him straight away. He's got flaming attacks and magical attacks. Do they all have magical? I guess it's poison just because of flame fire resistant. Does it tell me what's so cool about them? Or if I right click? Because I can't recruit normal ones yet, so I can't actually, normally I like to compare the stats. Numbers. Let me just have a little summary of what makes them better than the other ones. No. I'm guessing it's the flamer attacks, but it might have slight stat boosts and stuff. We'll have to wait until, unless anybody in chat can tell me, we'll probably have to wait until, because they're always armoured, anti-piercing. I would have thought they would normally have fire resistance, seeing as they're made of stone. Construct. These all look like fairly bog standard skills. Yeah, looking forward to using that. Oh, we can do a incantation, but it's just this one, which we'll use if we ever get there's a massive assault. 2 turns, we could maybe do that one again if we find it becomes irrelevant. Can we can't recruit because of the stance we're in. Okay, we'll probably wait a turn or 2 anyway. Maybe this is a time where we wait 3 turns and actually get the extra stalker in. I say maybe use up 2 bows, but I don't think we'll have the capacity for them actually. So we've been building them here. The good thing about not really worrying about the money and stuff is like if I decide all of a sudden I want some of those in Khalida's army, it's like, well, I could just delete these ones and build them over there. It doesn't really, it's not like I've lost anything except for time. Right, where's another lord who hasn't moved? Oh, Rakash.
Onwards, soldiers!
Oh, that was a bit of odd lag there. So you can kind of get here now. Next turn we might just go in with the one army. Oh, it's annoying I can't see them all. Oh no. Oh, I didn't realise that. Didn't realise I get the attrition. Should have paid more attention. Although it's not much by the looks of it. And I lose 2 guys from each one. Oh, I'll just see how far. If Rakash can get there in time, then even if he's marching, I'll definitely get him there. If not, we'll wait another turn. Who else hasn't moved?
Address me as your highness.
Well, no, he has moved, but...
Beloved of Asaph.
Keep off the law, extra research. Who doesn't like a bit of extra research? I do kind of want to get up to Arcane Conduit quicker rather than later. Extra winds of magic, are those good? Very good, in fact. But yeah, let's just get up to Arcane Conduit because that's a constant supply of extra magic during a battle. No! I thought I was going to move the army. Can we get him back in? Will you let me? No, let's do that next turn. Oh well. Oh well, oh well. No, still no buildings worth. Oh, yes, let's get you back into this region. And then we'll build this in the Mark of the Old Ones for 2,700 as opposed to 3,000. And we'll upgrade that one as we go. I'm sure I said in a previous turn there was something else I was going to prioritise, but you know, I'd forgotten. Alright, leave me alone. Let's build that up. So we've stopped the rebellion. Brilliant. I got that timed well, and by increasing that again it will just slowly tick up, and there shouldn't be any particular reason why it goes down. What about these guys? Yeah, next turn you'll be able to do some bits. And here. Right, research available. This is I haven't done one of these for ages because we spent a lot of time picking up these bits and just filling in the gaps. Because we're up to 6 armies now, so I wasn't in a particular rush for more armies. So we've still got the 1st, the 3rd and the 6th. I have a feeling it's going to be the 6th we go for, but let's just have a look, make sure we... So, chariots and Nehikaran warriors. Well, we've got 1 chariot army. We're not really using Nehikaran warriors, we're kind of beyond that, although, you know, we're only really using them if we don't have enough temple cards, so don't really care about these. Obviously we're going to want extra characters anyway. Rakaf, the 1st dynasty. Extra 10% range is quite nice for an archer based army. You get extra ambush chance, which is nice, extra melee attack when fighting desert. Well, that might help later when we get into the other territory, but not really jumping out at me, 1st dynasty. But I didn't think it would. Minus 10%. Is there a minus 10% cost for the advanced building? Actually, I was going to say we're going to be building those advanced buildings before this is done anyway. Recruitment buildings. That's just recruitment buildings in general. I have a feeling it's going to be the 6th dynasty. But let's have a look. Here, so... minus 10% construction for province, capital and settlement buildings. That is good, because you do that everywhere. In the long term, you probably get a better bonus from that. Extra income from settlements, yeah, good. Extra public order, all provinces, great. I feel like Tomb Kings really get to a point. Their public order buildings are really good. I don't know if they're above buffed up for races, but I feel like I've had much bigger problems with public order from other races. But I guess they all have slightly different mechanics. It's like my last campaign was with vampire counts, and their public order is very much tied to the amount of corruption. Extra armor. Oh, right, yeah, this is a new lord. Ooh, 1 extra Cambrian War Sphinx. Construction time, minus 35% for all buildings. Oh, that's just time. Don't care about the time. Extra tradable resources. He's pretty good, actually. But the skills, carrion, don't care. Tomb Scorpions, we have got 6 of them. And the Stalkers. So, yeah, okay. Okay, not bad, but let's have a look at the last one. I feel like... So, the extra local recruitment capacity, which is nice, and extra winds of magic, which is nice, and minus 10% construction for all construct buildings. Why did I miss that? Oh, I didn't read the construct, just recruitment buildings. But that's good, because that's what we're looking at. Each one we build is... I mean, those higher tier ones like 10,000 each, so we'll soon make a good amount of money back on those. Extra melee attack for your Shabti, bows, Necrosphinx, and the War Sphinx, which we're going to be getting those all soon. Probably, hopefully, by the time this has come down. Extra 2 archer chariots, extra 2 chariots. This is a chariot king, isn't he? So I don't care about him so much. So better skills on this one. But having said that, these aren't that bad. I'm not gonna... It's only one of them. They're not fussed about. The difference between these two is a bit of 6 of one, half dozen of the other. They're both good. I said this right from the start, actually. All of these are really good. None of them particularly stand out to me as being one's amazingly better than the other. They're all good. But this lord is definitely better. Yeah, just because that one's very much... Yeah. I think I'm going for the 3rd dynasty, you know. Extra armor for War Sphinx and Necrosphinx. So we have to make sure he has some of those in his army. But other than that, we're not necessarily restricted to what we build his army as. Extra tradable income. The construction time ain't so much of a big deal. I mean, it's basically a 1/3 off, isn't it? I mean, if we got him fighting or hanging about, I don't know. With the extra 5 armor, it's not that big of a deal. I mean, he could just be like another recruitment lord. We'll see. We've got 16 turns. I'm going to go for this one. And we'll probably go for the 6th one after that. And yeah, I think that's the general plan. We've got up to about 100% as well. Not close, well, not far off 100% before researching that. Which is nice, because I think when we first were looking at it, it was like more likely going to be 20 turns. Are we ending turn? Yes, we will end turn. Right, I'm going to take a quick 5-minute break, I think. Just to... We'll call it 5 minutes. Just so I can go to the P, get another drink. It probably won't be as long as 5 minutes. Let me just set up the screen. And so, yeah, get yourself a drink, get comfortable. I'm still probably going to end up being here for another couple of hours. So, yeah, I'll see you in a moment. And we're back. Oh, we lost one viewer. That's possibly me as well, actually. I realised my TV, the TV I use for monitoring, switches off if nobody's using it. I just tend to have the stream on in the background so I can just make sure it's not messing up at all. Oh, okay. I got myself a coffee. Oh, let me mute that. I don't know if you would have been able to hear that on the mic, but you definitely don't want to hear me twice. Got myself a coffee. That was probably a bad idea. It wasn't until I actually transitioned over the screen and it says, "Oh, I'm getting a coffee," and it's like, "Oh, coffee's a good idea." Terrible idea at 11 o'clock at night. But what the hell? I'm enjoying. I keep looking over that way. I don't know. It's a habit I had to get out of. I was doing well, I think, last time. So I've got like my monitor and other bits of information over this side, but of course the camera's here. So when I'm talking to, I've got the chat down here as well, and just thinking where I'm looking when I'm talking. Right, end turn, I believe. Oh, you're done.
King and patriarch. Prince of the
Oh, hang on a minute. Hang on a minute. I thought... Oh, you just saving. I had... That's weird. I told it to turn the camera off for those bits. It shouldn't have moved around. Anyway, is it not still going? Yeah, anyway, I thought it did last turn. I don't remember it doing. Oh, strange that. It's just annoying when you like, you fix your camera in a particular position. I mean, it wasn't any rhyme or reason why I had the camera there. So, but often you want to see what's going to happen, and then the camera just gets pulled away, and then you end up with the final screen you're looking at is the one just wherever your last hero moved. Oh! Oh! Vampire Coast is going after... Is it I'm not sure the Vampire Coast is at war with Hexorotl. Unless it just went to war, which I don't think they did. I feel like I would have noticed a notification that said Vampire Coast and Hexorotl are at war. But I'm willing to bet that the Vampire Coast were... Go to war, go on. I'm willing to bet that the Vampire Coast was because they were at war with Slanhuapek, and they were the ones sieging, and they confederated before they could finish the siege. That's annoying. Oh, you're raiding me, which I'm kind of glad of actually, because I found in my previous playthroughs that these rogue armies just often they just sit there and you can ignore them. So I'm glad they actually, by raiding you, they force you to actually do something with them. Ah, Tomb Prince is back. The guy has been assassinated twice. What's the chances you reckon he's going to be assassinated again? Oh, we're going to have another rebellion in the Vampire Coast, which... Right, are you at war with Hexorotl? You are not at war with Hexorotl.
Thinking to bargain, but I have already won.
Oh. Oh, that's interesting. Maybe I should have taken him out earlier. They're now at war with the followers of Nagash. No, not at war, military alliance. How is old Ark in the Black doing? Where's Tomb Kings? I made a mistake again, actually. It's like, kind of be a couple of streams in a row. It's just like, where's the tunes? I'm sure, and I've got my alphabet right. I'm sure T comes after S, and before U. But of course, your own race is at the top. So, strength rank 11.
My master will return.
Who are you at war with? I feel like you've lost territory since last I paid attention, or maybe not. I don't think you've expanded. I don't feel like there's been much movement on this whole continent at all for like ages. Oh, there is some down here actually. It seems like the Skaven have been pushed back a little. Tor Alessor, is that Tor Alessor? Have actually taken a coastal thing. Yeah, I don't know. I was kind of hoping that Krokgor or there would be a bit more of a struggle back and forth, but it just doesn't seem like they're doing much. So that by the time I get there, I'll have a great power to fight against, but I'm not sure. But it looks like if we go to war with Vampire Coast, we're going to have to... we'll be at war with Arkan. I mean, which might change our plans, because the plan was to invade from the south, going up, which we might do anyway. We might do a combine, because we've got 6 armies, or 5 armies. We might do a bit of an invasion in the north and the south then, especially if we're at war with them. I don't know, we'll see. We shall see. We can start getting back to our homeland. So you're not at war here. I think the AI's got a bit stuck. So these are obviously at siege with the Poxmarch when it was owned by the other people. And I think that now that they confederate, it's like, oh, we don't know what to do now. So you're at... No, not you. Not you. Not you. Don't care. I'm just... No, Mastermind is going to go to war with me at some point. But not you. Vampire Coast. Wish we could favour people. That might be...
Yes.
Way to order them. You're just at war with a pirate of Sato, is that okay? Alright. I mean, I thought this before. When I'm forgetting the names again, Zlan Huapek, early on, this is when I was still friends with them, took these territories off the Vampire Coast. It's like, well, I avoided going against the Vampire Coast, hoping the Vampire Coast would take this territories back, just because I went to the contiguous bit of territory, but I didn't want to go to war with them. So when they declared war on me, I thought, oh great, but we weren't quick enough, and beating them up loads really didn't mean. So part of me is like, well, maybe if we wait the Vampire Coast, we'll go to war, but then we could be waiting forever. Again.
Asap commands.
Highborn.
Look at you raiding like right in front of Khalida.
High Queen
I'm
Khalida.
right here. Can't you see me?
Bring me Neferata's head. Kill all.
Yes, we're declaring war on your raiding bastards. And yeah, we might as well call our allies in. It's not that.
Vengeance upon them.
Why is that not overwhelming? Oh, I'm going to fight her. Going to fight her for 2 reasons. One, we're going to lose another unit if I were to resolve that, and I'll be annoyed again.
The snake's hunger.
2, the Wood Elves. I haven't really fought against the Wood Elves with these. But secondly, we get to have a look at the Necrosphinx.
To battle!
To battle! Relatively elite stuff, mind you. Not huge amounts in the way of archers. I did fight against one of the wandering armies, like the ones I held the books in. when I tried playing these Immortal Empires, and it was a cool mix of Wood Elves and Lizardmen. So it was like a few units of Temple Guard, plus some dinosaurs and a bunch of Way Watchers. Pretty cool combo. I can see I never really had a plan about how long I'm going to stream for, like start deployment, but I can see like the viewers is slowly going down. There's been two kind of temptations. Are they going to come to me? They're like, oh, because there's, you know, I've had more people than normal watching. It's like, well, don't just stop streaming. Make the most of it while you've actually got people watching for a change. But then part of me's thinking, it's, oh well, if I leave early while there's still people here instead of them just drifting out the door, I'll leave them wanting more. But what's really overridden that is, I'm really enjoying playing this game and I just want to play more. Death awaits. Right, you're in range of everything? Or enough? Close. Close enough. None of the reduce the amount of archers should be able to hit them all the time. Yeah? Oh, I've got the wrong skill selected. There we go, that's fine. Let's keep you guys back a bit. I mean, I don't have the greatest graphics in the world, so... But I want to see this guy in action. This is actually... It's actually kind of disappointing. Just because it's like, I've seen it on other people's Let's Plays where they've got the ultra graphic settings and whatnot, and you think, oh, that looks amazing. Now, this is a controversial subject, but I'm kind of disappointed he doesn't fly. I remember when the model first came out, it was like, what? This giant statue flying? How ridiculous. But then you kind of get used to it. I mean, just at the end of the day, it's got wings, it's made of magic. Oh, they are coming towards me then. I was just thinking, oh, we can't see them, we're probably going to have to come towards them. But then all my artillery fired at once. Focus on the archers, will you? Let's put everybody in guard. Hagbane tips. Hagbane, what's that? Is that poison, isn't it? I don't think that's necessarily going to do anything. Oh, I am actually got a good range there. God. Oh, let's try and net him. And then I'll charge in with the Necrosphinx. So how far? The Necrosphinx is fast though, but I don't think it's any faster than the War Sphinx. Oh my god. They just absolutely evaporated. I don't think the Necrosphinx really touched him. He didn't. Oh, he killed some of them. Wow, they properly evaporated. You can come back now. Nice having the artillery against the wood elves because it's like their normal archers do outrange me. But having that range advantage is a huge difference, and especially because they're fairly weak. They're pretty fragile elves in general, and they're not particularly heavily armoured, so... Oh, too late, I don't care. What speed are they? 46, so yeah, so it's another good thing. Yeah, it's good having somebody who's also tough who can hold up the army. Just something I can kind of counter-charge with and maybe chase down enemies. Which I could do with these as well. What speed are they? 50. I just kind of like, I'm just loving having all this fire. I just think it's kind of cool, just this endless barrage, the noise. But anyway, enough of that. It was decisive victory. I don't know how you could have thought anything else auto-resolve. Obviously hasn't factored in the gym factor. I was thinking about this a while back. It was, I mean, obviously strategy gaming, the big hold up generally is AI. I mean, you look at Paradox games and it's always the AI that really lets the games down. And this one actually isn't too bad. It's the first game in ages that I've seen like the AI's got better from one game to the next. But even so, it's still stupid, you know. And of course, a big advantage of what everybody who plays strategy games is waiting for is some like adaptive AI, learning AI. And I think they're starting to implement that in stuff like, is it Dota? I was hearing stuff about. I don't know much about it, but it'd be great if they could start implementing it, even if it's just kind of like a more rudimentary. I was just thinking it would be nice if there was just an even more rudimentary version of that. Not necessarily the AI is going to learn from you, but it just kind of like learns how good you are. So it's like, well, every time you fight this kind of a battle against this kind of army, it's always a decisive victory. So you obviously know what you're doing. Let's factor that into the auto-resolve. I don't know. I like fighting the battles, and I guess when I did hear something that there's an actual modifier. Let's just get a couple of jars. There's a extra modifier. Like somebody said they added like a 20% difficulty or whatever on the auto-resolve, just to kind of, as they force you to fight more battles because it is something that players wanted, which I can understand actually, because I remember playing as my Orc campaign, and when you start getting the War armies, you oh, this one I will auto-resolve.
At last, vengeance.
Okay. And
them like wheat.
you know, when you've just got like 2 full stacks, and you just found like I was constantly auto-resolving every battle. This is in Warhammer 1, and I like fighting the battles, even if they are a bit one-sided. But if it's completely one-sided, I mean, like, if all my battles was coming up like completely in the yellow, I would auto-resolve them. But anything less than that, and I will do more. Let's race you into the... Oh, that's weird. I would have thought marching would have gone into the settlement. Yes, it would slow it down more. I was thinking I could march in there just so I can... No, let's just so I can perhaps look at the recruitment next turn. But I'll have to wait. Maybe it might be worth keeping her about for a couple of turns. Yeah, let's keep this guy going.
We move when I'm ready.
I kind of want to see what Hexhortal is up to. I know there's been a patch area here that Hexhortal doesn't own, because you can kind of see the outlines when you're looking at the diplomatic map. There's like somebody there at war. I got the impression that Darkers have had this territory forever. Here and not moved. Oh, for some reason I thought it was a tomb prince. Right, Rakash. Oh, it's another battle. We're definitely going to want to fight this one if we. I don't think I'm in range. Oh. Oh, I've just realised something as well. Don't know why that's lagging so much. I have a feeling.
Address me as
if I go to war with these, if I could bring the dwarves in, will they be there to reinforce? No. Well, I feel like I've actually backed myself into a corner. I have to fight this one now. Either way, interesting to see what else is in the army, because I'm surprised the dwarves weren't quite in range. I should have really paid a bit more attention to what would have reinforced, but I don't want to run the risk that the dwarves, because they're at war with this faction, destroy this army, because I don't know what happens then. What about the Book and the Gash? I can't even remember what book this is. I think it's the one where we get sandstorms every time we take a settlement, but I can't remember.
To battle for the Creator God. To war.
Yeah, okay, well, we're going to fight this anyway. Lots of big monsters and such. I mean, I say fight it. We definitely weren't going to auto-resolve it, but I was tempted to like, well, should we just retreat and then fight them next turn when we got the two armies? I only think like with Tomb Kings, sometimes you think, well, the only thing that's not disposable in here is a Lich Priest. We can always get another one though. But everything else we could just take us a few, maybe not the Cask of the Souls, but we can just get another one. It's not really going to cost, it just costs us time. You know, on the off chance we do, well I say off chance, we got a little cool unit. To Arachnarox. Have anything to do with the Cygor? No, I don't think my carrion are going to be. I got the carrion in for dealing with artillery and stuff, but I don't think they're going to be cut it. Gamble. I really love these maps. Maps really made me want to. I mean, I know it's all background stuff, but it's still really cool. I mean, I've even got. I think I've got the terrain set down to low on graphic settings, and it still looks good. Oh, I wish I had some halberds in this army. They would be good against all these large units. I keep. Between the last battle and this one, I did kind of think, oh, I shouldn't keep the archers so close. I think I explained that earlier, what the thinking was there, but I forget every time. Don't know why I always insist on putting this. Normally, with most other units, you put them in a line, especially if you group them, and they will deploy in that order. For some reason, I always put a cascade of swords on the side. I'd rather have it in the middle, and these guys can kind of. I don't know if I necessarily want these all grouped together. They all could be different ranges, but it'd be nice. Let's I find it more often than not I'm wanting these guys all on. Oh, excuse me. All on guard mode. Oh, I've got some chariots. Let's see how they deployed. Ah, look at the Arachnarox. We'll have to target the big monsters first with the archers. I don't think the artillery. Well, maybe the bow's anti-large from a distance. No, just anti-armor. But they should still be pretty good. They're high missile damage. I mean, the Cascade of Swords would be good if the Orders Protectiles didn't just disappear places. Right, so you're relatively low level, but you do have the net. And you've also got the Shem's Burning Gaze, which I haven't used like all day. So let's stick you somewhere where you might be able to fire it, because that's quite good against the big guys. Are you on a horse? You are on a horse. What speed does it make it? 88. I don't know. Don't know what to do with you. Do I stick you with the chariots? There's probably another one I shouldn't. I don't know. Let's stick these. No, I'll stick them on this flank. And the chariots will... I have a sort of feeling the chariots can't hide, actually. I think I've made a mistake before. I think I'll just hide them in the woods and then they'll come charging out, and they've never actually done that. In which case, let's turn it around and then we'll get these chariots. I'm going to face this way and I'll just set them up back here so they're very much going downhill. In which case I might stick him in there as well. Seeing as he's on a... I'll group him up properly in a minute. I feel like I heard something in my house. It's in like a beeping noise. I could be mistaken. I was just trying to think. I'm not sure. Like with my headset on, it's like my doorbell is really loud. Give me a second. Absolutely my imagination. I just realised if it was my door, so I've got this headset on, you would have heard the entire conversation had there been something. But you bear that in mind next time. I don't know, it was just weird. I heard this weird beeping. It didn't sound like the doorbell, but and you wouldn't think it would be at this time. What are we doing with these guys? Now I know these are bigger. They've got armor piercing attacks, but different from above. They can bomb stuff. I mean, they're going to get shot at, aren't they? Don't they have Cygors with the throwing axes? I think they'll... Are they... Great weapons? Or maybe they're just ones with great weapons, which are tough in their own right. Or maybe they don't actually have any shooting. Oh, the forest goblins are. I might as well just wait. I'll just keep them back as a reserve. And then send them in when the combat's met. And they can bomb and do a bunch of damage once people start grouping up. Okay. Start the battle. Coffee's run out. Let me speed it up. Oh, I haven't moved the chariots, have I? Let's do that first. Hang on. Hang on. I don't like it when it properly spaced out. I like, if I'm going to have a character with the units, I like to actually stick them in the unit. I probably should have set that to not auto fire, because normally the first thing that comes into range is like, yeah, that volley did no kills. What I want you to do is shoot at those guys. This is kind of where they're all a bit more bulked up. Right, let's group those guys together. Oh, he's on a horse, isn't he? What kind of speed are we looking at? 78, which is... my lord could catch up, but these guys can't easily. You probably... Okay, let's just... These guys really need to save their... start shooting at... a spider. Okay. Oh, well, that was pretty stupid, wasn't it? Did these not... Oh, well, that's what I should have noticed. That the I thought forest goblin spider riders. I thought they were archers. I didn't realise there was an alternative that didn't have If I'd actually looked at their stats properly, I would have noticed they didn't actually have anything. Okay, they're gonna run away. Let's I don't know. Right, we're gonna have to make sure our mage is ready with a. Ooh, I wish it was bigger. And that's what she said. Right, let's try and put it in a place where it's going to grab as many, and then we're probably going to want to make sure we target the spider. No, let's target the minotaurs, I guess. Oh, I don't know, man. Oh, we're not thinking about these guys enough. Let's oh, wow. Okay. I was not paying enough attention to my flanks. That was, at least they go for the catapults. Wow, that just took their leadership right down. Let's put this down here. Only affects enemies in range. Okay, that's good. I really wish I had the upgraded version of that. Let's put the defensive buff on the Ushabti. Let's get ready to bomb these guys. Okay, well, we're taking a lot of damage here. How's the spider doing? Spider's going down. I think that's what we need to do, especially with the high threat monsters. I've lost one of my chariots already, haven't I? Damn. That's the problem with chariots, is I lose attention and they do evaporate. So I really misuse them, though, to be fair. And I totally underestimated this army as well, haven't I? Oh, what does that do? Oh, I only just gave this to him. Amlu Afar, missile parry with shields, minus 30 armor. Who's got the most armor? He really needs to be over here, doesn't he? Well, we are kind of concentrating on that flank. Let's do it on these guys. I need to get this lord out of there. Yeah, just keep pushing the button. Another unit's been wiped out. They're gonna have trouble as well. Is that spider's running away? You guys need to get into the rear there. Who isn't fighting? I mean, a spider's not dead, but it's running away. We can hold off for a second. Vestigord. Okay, shoot the Vestigord. You guys shoot at that. You're still shooting at. Okay, you might be able to finish off. No, shoot to the back of these Centaurs and such. Wow, look at this. What was I saying about if it all goes wrong, we just rebuild the army? Okay, I totally underestimated this army. I was totally thinking as well. I wish I had banishment. Where's the other spider? Let's just get them to shoot the spider. I mean, we could still win, but it's definitely a lot tougher than it possibly needs to be. Okie dokie. Oh, Bestigor. Where are we going to put these down? Probably behind here. Yeah, look, their morale's not doing great here. Yeah, so if we can spawn them here and then charge them into the back. My lord's gonna die though. I'm sure he is. What's... Oh, I think that's the it's the curse. For 15 seconds does damage. I think it's basically when I get below 50% health, which is kind of cool. Difficult to know how much damage it actually does, but it looks impressive. It looks like there's a lot of people there. Right, we've got these guys charging the back. Oh, that spider's back. Spider's coming back, should I say. Wow, it's a lot more cavalry. The cavalry's doing a lot more. Oh, I think you miscast, didn't you? Ho ho ho. Oh, plus 60 armor if I... Or minus 60 armor. That's, again, his portion of the curse, what he gets from that. But, I don't think it's gonna help. Let's just kill something, right? Oh, when I say something, oh, the archers actually. Best go here, come back. They haven't got my casket of souls yet. Oh, we've almost killed the Arachnarok, but I think they're properly swarming us now. I was going to say, can I get my Lich Priest to cast a spell before it's too late? Oh, I'm going to lose another Casket of Souls, aren't I? Everything's crumbling. I lost another Lich Priest. Tend to lose him in the early game. So what happens, I get too cocky. Oh. Hello, big hairy boss 199. You came at the best time. You might be in here for the last few minutes. Sorry, I didn't notice. You just came and saw why I was called barely competent. Thank you very much. And just like that, you followed. Big hairy boss. Thank you very much. It probably is a good time for you to actually come here and see this, like see me losing a game, not badly, getting overconfident. Set your expectations at the right level. You ain't going to be getting the pro plays here. Just the barely competent plays. That's all I'm aiming for.